This is Fat to Fierce. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles. I'm your host, Amy English. Join me on this empowering adventure towards a healthier relationship with food, body, and self, one delicious bite at a time. Hello there. So today we have an interesting topic. It's a little bit of a twist on the normal. Stay with me. This can also be a little bit of a hot topic, I've noticed, because I've been sharing some of this over on TikTok. And if you're not following me on TikTok yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, head over to TikTok. I've been putting up lots of videos, and it's actually been a lot of fun. And if you're not on TikTok, I do share some of them on the other social media channels on Facebook and on Instagram. So if you want to go ahead and follow me, go for it. See some of these short videos. They're fun. Okay, back to the topic for today. Weight loss. All right, here we go. Things that feel better than losing weight. Now, listen, this is why I say this is a hot topic. Because people get a little twisted. And I understand it because I would have gotten twisted back in the day too. I know how important weight loss is. I know how important losing weight is. I get it. Goodness, we know by now. I've been on this journey for most of my life. This has been a topic for most of my life, right? But here's what I have learned through my journey, my most recent journey, and all this life coaching goodness that I've learned. It's not everything. Here, let me just dive in and get started here. And here's the thing. Hold on. I'm not editing any of this, okay? I'm a little nervous sharing this. I'm not going to lie, because I know how important losing weight is. And there are people out there who think, and I know this because I've received the messages. They think that nothing could possibly feel better than losing weight. And I just want to ask everybody listening to just open your mind just a little bit to this topic today. Let's see what resonates, shall we? Let's see if something can possibly feel better. And for those of you who are already on this path and you're like, oh no, Amy, we know, we got you. Yeah, there's a lot of things that feel better. Just come along for the ride. All right, here we go. Okay. Now, losing weight, it does feel great. Okay. I know. Seeing those first few pounds drop, fitting into your favorite jeans again, because let's face it, we all know everybody's got those jeans in their closet that don't fit anymore, okay, which is taking up a whole bunch of space, but that's not our topic for today. And listen, I get it. I have a pair too. I know. I have gotten rid of a lot of things, but there are a few things I hold on to, or that I've held on to over the years. So I get it. When those jeans fit again, or you see the numbers go down on the scale, it feels good. We're happy when that happens, right? But here's the thing. That feeling, that joy, that excitement, that yes, it's fleeting. Think about it. How long does that joy last? How long does the celebration last when you remove a couple pounds? Especially when the scale fluctuates, because we all know the scale fluctuates daily for many of us. It's not uncommon for my weight to fluctuate up to 4 to 5 pounds in a day, sometimes more depending on what I ate the day before. If I had something high in sodium or high in sugar, I may have shared this on a previous episode, but it's kind of a running joke in the house between me and my husband. We know if I have a piece of cake or we go for ice cream or something, it is an automatic 3 pounds that I gain. It's just the way my body works. And so back to my point. That excitement, that joy, that happiness we feel when we see the number go down, we see that we've dropped a couple pounds or we get into those favorite jeans, that feeling is fleeting. It is short-lived. I don't even know if it lasts the entire day, to be perfectly honest with you. Because why? The immediate focus goes to the next pound. The immediate focus goes to the next size. Okay, great. I got into my size, whatever. Like maybe I can get into the next size down. Okay. Like I've lived this. I know this. So that excitement, that happiness, that joy that you feel when you drop those few pounds, or you lose that weight, it is fleeting. And if there's nothing else that feels good, so if there's no focus on any other aspects, it's just on the pounds and the size, just on those numbers, the number becomes the focus. I should say the numbers, because for those of us who have, taken a sledgehammer to the scale, been there, done that, then you're looking at the size of your clothes, or you're focusing on the measuring tape. Like it's number focused for many, many people. And when there's nothing else that feels good, the numbers become the focus. And eventually it burns out. That's why it is so critically important to find other things that feel better. And even if you're not on a weight loss journey, even if you're just on a journey to feel better and more comfortable in your skin and overcome emotional eating, finding things that feel better, that feel good, that bring you joy, that last, that's what's going to sustain you as you continue moving forward, putting one step in front of the other. Even in those moments when we take a side step or we take a step back, because let's face it, we all know that happens. We want to find the things that feel better, things that last, things that you can kind of ground into. That's the way I think about it. Kind of like ground into these other things. Things like kindness towards yourself, supporting yourself. And how about respecting yourself? So kindness, support, and respect for yourself and your journey that you're on, for whatever reason that you're on your journey. Having compassion toward your body and yourself, curiosity as you discover more about your body and how it works. Going back to my immediate 3 pounds when I eat something sweet, that came with curiosity. I was curious about, that's why I get on the scale, right? That's how I was able to find that out, that, oh yeah, okay, if I eat something sweet, I know I'm going to be up a few pounds and it's not a big deal, because guess what? In a day or two, they're going to be gone. Where in the past, what would happen if I saw that number go up, I would be so mad at myself and I would beat myself up. And, it would be the, why bother? Why am I doing this? Nothing works. Oh my goodness. And then I would feel terrible. And then I would continue eating more sweets. Whereas now it's just like, oh yeah, I know my body's going to do that and it's not a problem. Curiosity, compassion, both very, very helpful in getting me to that place. It's helped a lot of other people too. So back to finding the other things that feel better, like the kindness, having support and respect for yourself, having compassion, having curiosity. Just imagine for a second how these qualities can support your journey for the long haul, like wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do. Like I said earlier, whether or not it's about dropping pounds, just imagine how these qualities could help and how different the journey would feel when you sink into some of these qualities. More importantly, well, equally as important, I should say, consider how these qualities, these things that feel better, can help to take some of the pressure off. Because the last time I checked, extra pressure isn't helping anyone on any journey. In fact, that pressure can leave us feeling more stressed, more frustrated, more angry, more sad. It's not helpful. So let's take another second and just imagine, what would it feel like to not beat yourself up, to not put all that pressure on yourself? Imagine acting as your ally, your very own ally, instead of being a bully to yourself. And picture a journey where you have your own back, no matter what. This is what happens when we shift focus from the outside, okay? So when we shift focus from the size, the weight, the calories, the macros, the measurements, to the inside. The inside being the way we think and feel about food, our bodies, and ourselves. So today, I'm going to share 3 specific things that feel better than losing weight. In my opinion, take it or leave it. You may totally agree, or you may have other things that you think feel better than losing weight. Regardless, and here's the thing too, I invite you to find those things. Discover for yourself what feels better than losing weight. Like, notice how fleeting it is when you see those pounds drop, and what else might feel better and more lasting for you to help you sustain the better feeling. And this is not about toxic positivity or trying to be happy all the time. That's not where we're going with this, okay? This is really just about discovering that that when we're focused, when we're uber focused and obsessed with the numbers, it's not always helpful. And there are other things that are more beneficial as we continue on our path, whatever path that may be. Okay, so without further ado, let me dive into the 3 specific things. And like I mentioned earlier, on TikTok, I do have a lot more of the things that feel better than losing weight. So if you want to go check those out at Amy English CC, feel free to go ahead and do that. And hey, give me a follow if you would. All right. So first, now these are all based on my journey and what I've witnessed while coaching dozens of women over the years. Okay. So that's where these top 3 things come from. All right. Number 1. One thing that feels better than losing weight: realizing you can't recall the last time you had a binge. Think about it. Now, I'm someone who used to binge eat weekly. I mean, that was not uncommon. Sometimes it was daily. So as I was healing my own relationship with food, it was really wild to notice the times when it had been a few weeks. Like, I would ask myself, oh, when was the last time you binged? And realized it had been a few weeks. And then it had been a few months. The binges became farther apart. Not only that, they also became less intense each time until they eventually stopped altogether. My last binge was April of 2017. That is the last time I had an out of control binge. It is now February of 2024 at the time of this recording. So yeah, what feels better than losing weight? Realizing you cannot even remember the last time you had a binge, or it's been so long, you don't binge eat anymore. That feels so much better. And that, now that I've resolved that habit and that no longer happens anymore, that stays with me for the rest of my life. I never have the desire to binge, ever. And that blows my mind, because if you've listened to some of the other episodes or you follow me in any of the other spaces, you know I binged for a really long time, and my binges were intense. I mean, I've self-described myself as a little tornado going through, or a cyclone rolling through the kitchen, from the pantry to the freezer to the fridge, eating anything and everything in my path, anything I could find. So, yeah, when you suddenly can't remember the last time that happened, and it is my favorite question to ask my clients during session. Once we've been working together for a few weeks or months, I'll ask them, hey, when was your last binge? And we're on Zoom, so I can see their faces, and to see their eyes kind of like looking around, because like they can't recall. They can't remember the last time they binged. So awesome. Okay. Number 2, another thing that feels better than losing weight: accepting your body, appreciating your body, loving your body exactly as it is today, right now, in this moment. Whatever size, whatever weight, whatever, doesn't matter. Accepting yourself where you are right now. Here's what happens when we accept ourselves: we stop fighting, because that fight takes up a ton of time and energy, takes a ton of focus, the fight. So when you accept yourself and you accept your body for exactly where it is right now, all that time, attention, and focus that went to fighting can go towards healing, can go towards changing. And that's just acceptance. That's accepting. Then appreciating your body. And these two kind of go hand in hand, because appreciating your body can help lead towards acceptance, and vice versa, really. So just finding some parts of your body that you can appreciate right now without changing a thing. And this does not mean that you can't continue on your journey, or you can't continue to want to lose weight or make changes, increase muscle, whatever the case may be. No, we can change the things that we love, right? And actually, and I know this from my own personal journey and from witnessing my clients, when you start to accept your body and appreciate your body, that is going to make it so much easier to make any changes that you want to make. So yeah, number 2, what feels better than losing weight? Accepting and appreciating your body. And I always say, if love is too much of a stretch right now, that's okay. That's okay. How can it become neutral? How can you start to like your body just a little bit? All right, number 3, knowing that your worth is no longer connected to your weight. This is another one that's a hot topic for a lot of people. They don't think it's possible. They don't see how it's possible. So if this is you, it's okay. I understand. I get it. Just invite you to sit with this for just a minute. The idea that you are worthy no matter what you weigh, no matter the number on the scale or the size of your jeans. You're worthy of eating. You're worthy of enjoying food and life right now. You're worthy of living your life free from the self-criticism that holds you back. You are worthy always and forever. Knowing that feels a heck of a lot better than losing weight. So to quickly recap, the top 3 things that feel better than losing weight: realizing you can't recall the last time you had a binge, accepting, appreciating, liking, and loving your body, and knowing that your worth in this world, in this life, is no longer connected to your weight. Now, there are so many more, as I mentioned, like feeling at peace. Feeling at peace feels better than losing weight. Or how about realizing that you're handling a situation better than your former self would have? Stress eating comes to mind with that one, right? After having a stressful day, you no longer turn to food. You handle it differently. That feels a whole heck of a lot better. And, as I've mentioned several times now, I have a lengthy list of things that feel better than losing weight. They're on TikTok. So head over there if you want to find some more, hear some more. It's important for me to mention that I'm not sharing this as part of an anti-weight loss campaign. Not at all. I have been on my own weight loss journey. I'm a firm believer that every person must decide for themselves what they want to do. So I am not about to tell somebody whether they should or shouldn't be focused on weight loss. And that's the part of the body positivity movement that irks me. It's interesting. You've got toxic diet mentality on one side, and you've got the extreme side of the body positivity movement. And in my opinion, both of them are extreme and dangerous. It's so important to find that middle ground and decide for yourself what's important for you. But whatever you do decide to do for yourself, to do it with a ton of love, compassion, and peace for yourself. Because it's really all about supporting yourself. That's what's important. Everyone must decide what is best for them and be able to support their choice wholeheartedly. That's really the point of Fat to Fierce. That's living fierce. Deciding for yourself what you want to do and doing it with love for yourself. Okay. Last piece. Finding things that feel better will fuel the determination to take the actions that support your goals. Okay? I'm going to read that again. Finding things that feel better than losing weight will fuel the determination to take actions that support your goals. Feeling better is what's going to fuel you. That's what's going to help you take the actions, take the steps that move you in the direction that you want to go. And those things are also going to have a stronger and longer lasting impact on your life overall. Because as I mentioned earlier, the high from the number dropping, it's fleeting. The other things will last a lifetime. There is so much more to celebrate on the journey, and I wish you all the best. Are you ready to take control of your eating, embrace your body, and boost your confidence? Then let's get fierce. Start your Fat to Fierce journey today. Go to amyenglishcc.com for more resources and to book your discovery call.